Don't forget to go to ashkicking.com for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance product. Anything else you want to say to your fans, man?
Man, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Errol Spence Jr., my whole name, and just look out for me.
Yes, sir. Let me dig into your brain. Folks falling like rain.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Roy Jones, he said some pretty interesting things about a possible fight between Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia. Apparently, Roy Jones, he thinks it's a 50-50 fight. In fact, he believes Lomachenko has a better chance of beating Mikey Garcia than Errol Spence does. Let me go ahead and quote and read exactly what Roy had to say about this fight. I prefer to see him, Mikey that is, fight Spence, because as a fan, the Lomachenko fight isn't going to draw the attention the Spence fight is. As a fan, Spence and Lomachenko are two different fighters. One guy is world class because of his boxing skills. One is world class because of his power determination. It's two super fighters. Him and Spence is a very, very exciting fight. If he gets the weight right, like I think he will do, we don't know who might win. There's a more even playing field type of fight. I don't know if he would beat him, but I would think that Lomachenko would have an advantage over Mikey because of all of the experience. End quote. You know, it's a lot of things that Roy Jones just said right there that might surprise a lot of fans. But let's just start with what he said about Errol Spence when he was comparing Errol Spence to Mikey Garcia. He said with Mikey Garcia, you have his boxing skill. And then he said with Errol Spence, you have his power and his strength and his determination. I think that is a major, major misconception when it comes to Errol Spence's boxing ability and skill. Now, I know some people underestimate Errol Spence's boxing ability and his IQ in the ring, but it kind of surprises me that Roy Jones would see Errol Spence as more of just a powerful fighter with determination. I personally believe that Errol Spence is more well-rounded than Mikey Garcia. People have to understand, when you see Errol Spence knocking out opponents that other fighters could not knock out, he's not just doing it with brute force power. He's doing it with the perfect timing, accuracy, and the right punches to throw at the right time. Because if Errol Spence's success was just based off of his power and his determination, then you would have a lot of aggressive, mindless fighters that would be dominating the sport. But realistically, if you think about it, the majority of fighters that fight this way, that are just aggressive and they have a lot of determination, they have a lot of power, usually those guys are the ones that get knocked out first. Usually those guys are the ones that usually get beat up by the more intelligent fighters. Like I said, when it comes to comparing skill for skill, I believe that Errol Spence is a little bit more well-rounded than Mikey Garcia because once again, Errol Spence, he can fight on the inside and he's defensively responsible when he's fighting on the inside. He's gonna find a way to get you out of there. Once again, precision, landing shots at the right times in the fight. I believe that Errol Spence, he can adjust better than Mikey Garcia. I believe Errol Spence, he showed that in the Kell Brook fight because Roy Jones, he said he believes that Mikey Garcia has the edge in experience. But once again, when Errol Spence fought against Kell Brook, Errol Spence, he had to take his game to another level because Kell Brook was in there looking really, really good. And Errol Spence was forced to adjust in that fight. Kell Brook, he was out jabbing Errol Spence in the fight. Kell Brook, he was mastering the clinch. He was able to get off combinations and then tie up Errol Spence to basically nullify his inside game. But after about 6 rounds, Errol Spence, he learned how to avoid the clinch. He was able to get his combinations off before Kell Brook could even clinch him or tie him up. And by the 7th, 8th round, Kell Brook was so beat up to the body, he couldn't even reach out to tie up Errol Spence anymore. So, you know, I don't see Mikey having more experience than Errol Spence. Now, when it comes to Lomachenko having a better chance of beating Mikey Garcia, I don't know if I would agree with that either. There's no doubt about it. Lomachenko would definitely be a tough fight. But after watching Lomachenko versus Jorge Linares, I can't see Mikey Garcia going 12 rounds without getting hurt really bad against Mikey Garcia. You know, before I seen the Linares fight, way before I seen the Linares fight, I was thinking that Lomachenko had a serious edge over Mikey Garcia. But once again, moving up in weight, dealing with size and power that you're not used to dealing with, and Lomachenko already not having that much power himself, now I see that fight completely different. I see Mikey Garcia having the edge, no doubt about it. But when it comes to Errol Spence, once again, Errol Spence, he can do something that Mikey Garcia is not comfortable with, fighting on the inside. Mikey Garcia is not an inside fighter. As you guys seen in the Robert Easter fight, Mikey Garcia, the shorter fighter, was the better. And surprisingly, Robert Easter did better on the inside than when he was trying to outbox Mikey Garcia. Now, that's really funny because a lot of people kept saying, as long as Robert Easter doesn't go in there trying to fight on the inside and he uses his reach and his height, he'll probably beat Mikey or he'll do better. But it was the contrary. Robert did better when he tried to turn it into a slugfest. When he tried to go toe-to-toe with Mikey around the 9th round, he was doing better. But see, Mikey, he is not comfortable fighting on the inside, so Mikey pulled out of the trenches and he went back to his jab in his right hand. He wanted to be at a range where he can land that right hand, which makes sense because, like I said, Mikey Garcia is not an inside fighter. But he will not be able to do this against Errol Spence. Errol Spence can force, or he will force, an inside fight. But you know, Errol Spence just recently said, you know, I can beat him from the outside or the inside. That's what Errol Spence said. He said, I can outbox him or I can fight him on the inside. But coincidentally, I will say this, that's the same thing that Robert Easter said before the fight. Robert Easter said, there's no way he's going to be able to outbox me, so that means he's going to have to come on the inside. And that's what Robert Easter wanted, because Robert Easter, once again, is comfortable fighting on the inside. But it turned out the shorter Mikey Garcia was a better boxer than the taller fighter with the longer reach, Robert Easter. Things will be a lot different when he goes in there against Errol Spence. Errol Spence is way more intelligent than a Robert Easter in the ring. Let's not forget, Errol Spence, so you're definitely dealing with someone who has a lot of international amateur experience as well as professional experience. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Yep. Is it? Huh? What happened? Too hot? You burn your tongue, huh? How it tastes? Okay or alloy?
Alloy.
Not okay. It's alloy. It's better than okay. See, she's so modest and so humble. She said it's okay. It ain't okay. This Patsil is like crack cocaine, okay? It's better than okay. It is alloy. That's right. Delicious, y'all.
Yes. Okay.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Mina. Kahapun krap. Kahapun krap, guys. That means thank you. That means thank you in Thai, all right? With no further ado, I'll catch up with y'all later because it's about to go down like a plane crash, all right? Yes, sir. Let me get this food, y'all. I'll catch up with y'all later. We on to the next one. Yep.